Are you someone who is addicted to their morning cup of tea with some biscuits at side? Ankita, I can't live without tea. I can't live without coffee. I need my cigarette first thing in the morning. Otherwise, it's so hard for me to pass out emotion. And I understand. I see so many clients on a daily basis, and the one thing is they want to change, but it's just like, I don't know what to do. How do I deal with this, And when you have lived with a habit like this for say 20 years, 25 years, 15 years, 10 years, it's a lot of time, and your body is just, it has just become this person where it is on autopilot, and just having morning cup of tea and coffee and biscuits and cigarette is just a regular thing, it's just a regular day. So the first thing when it comes to, if you really want to change your habit of having tea and biscuits, which by the way is detrimental for your health when you take it empty stomach in the morning especially, and if you're addicted to it. So the first question that you need to sit down and ask yourself is, you can actually take a paper and pen and do it with me. So let's say I am addicted to tea and biscuits first thing in the morning. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to divide it into 4 sections. Is this a want? Is this my need? Is this my desire? Or is it just a habit? You need to identify. Do I really want to have tea and biscuits? Do I really need to have my tea and biscuits? Do I really, I just don't want it, but maybe I'm just addicted to having the tea and biscuit? Or is it something that I just crave and just desire that, oh, I need to have it, otherwise I can't move? So you need to differentiate what is it, like, the one category that you fall into. Now, most of the times, if you are very honest with yourself, you would realize that you don't really want, need, or desire tea. It's just a habit, You wake up in the morning and your mom or dad or someone in the house is making tea. So you sit down with them and you will just have it like, just mindlessly, you're not even aware. So when you want something, so let's say I want to eat chocolates today. I want to eat it because I like it, I love it, and I love the way how it tastes. I love the way how it makes me feel. But if I love something, and if you love someone or something, you don't overdo it, right? You just have it with respect, and you love with respect, and you do not actually just suffocate the person you are in love with. Otherwise it just becomes addiction and obsession, which is not healthy. So you need to look into this. If you really enjoy your tea and biscuit, there is a time in the day where you can do this. Absolutely not every single day, but sometimes, let's say once or twice in a week, you can have your chai and biscuit. But if you are addicted to it, and if it's a habit, and if you can't pass out emotion every time you wake up and you want to just have tea and biscuits, that is when you should look into it. So let's say I love coffee. I love a nice black cup of coffee every single day, but one day I wake up and I'm out of coffee. I don't have any coffee at my place. So what would I do? Do I start running and just start knocking at other people's home that I need some coffee? I can't move, I have to go to work, I can't do anything, I need my coffee. That's addiction. That's in real sense unhealthy addiction towards coffee, because I can't function without coffee. And when you love something, when you love food, when you say you are a foodie, when you say I love chai, I love coffee, that's great. It's your life. You should enjoy it, and you should do things that you love. But the minute it turns into obsession is when it, it dominates you and you no longer control it. So if I love coffee, I have it when I want it or when I crave for it, and I don't always give in to my cravings. So when my body is like, no, you have to take this right now, otherwise you can't move, that's when you have to tell yourself, no, shut up, I'm not going to have it right now. Maybe 15 minutes later, maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight, but definitely not when you are asking for it, because it is me who takes the command and says this is what I'm going to do and this is what I'm not going to do. You don't tell me. And this is how you talk to yourself. There is this slight voice that you keep on listening to. You have to command over that. You need to dominate that before it dominates you. Now, the simplest technique that I have seen that works really well with my clients is, so there was this lady and she was addicted to her morning tea and biscuits, and she was absolutely against cigarettes and say alcohol. So what I told her is, just imagine that tea and biscuit is alcohol and cigarette. So would you still have it? And she was like, no, I wouldn't even touch it. So every time you wake up and you see tea and biscuits, just imagine that that's cigarette and alcohol. Just put it in your mind and just try to believe. I know it's not your reality and it might sound stupid to some of you, but it really works. So let's say I used to love paneer. I used to love paneer, but when I left dairy, I also had to leave paneer. So I used to, think about it that, oh, that's not paneer, that's chicken. And I don't eat chicken, I don't eat non-vegetarian, so I can't have that. And I used to tell this to myself for like, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. And the 5th time, my brain stopped asking me for it. That's how, that's what neuroplasticity is. That's how plastic our brain is, and it just changes. The minute you put a thought, the minute you put a seed, your brain starts to, walk in that direction, work in that direction. There are so many new neural connections that takes place, and it's really scientific. And even if it's not related to science, let's not complicate it, keep it simple and try it for yourself. So when it comes to tea and biscuits, just imagine that one thing that you wouldn't ever do, and it is that thing. So would you still do it? So even if you're addicted, even if it is a desire, even if it is, a want or a need, see if you can be without it. And then once you are at a place where you are okay without it, have it once in a while and have fun with the food that you're eating or anything in life. So just imagine when it comes to food, especially this works really well with food. Now you can put your own analogies and connect the dots and put it to use in some other aspect of your life. But in this particular case, this works fantastically. So remember the paneer wala option and tea and biscuits option. And if you are looking to, leave a food, just imagine that it's that one thing that I wouldn't ever eat. So it could be beef, it could be chicken. And if you're a non-vegetarian, shift it to something else. Maybe you don't enjoy seafood, so just imagine that's an oyster or that's an octopus and you would never eat it. So just anything that works for you, just this is just an example. Anything that is going to work for you, try, do it and see how that feels. And I promise you it will be so easy for you to just I know there are so many things like I can't live without pizza, I need my hot chocolate, I need this, I need this, I need that, I need that. You don't. Just because you talk, because you are repeating so many times that I need it, I need it, I need it, your brain changes, and even if you don't need it, it will tell you that hey, you need it. So do not be a slave to your own mind. Maybe put this technique to use and you tell me how that works. Okay, have a great day.